Should we expect anything out of love? Should we have these great expectations when it comes to loving people? Maybe that's why we get hurt. Let's find out on Choosing Your Future.
Life is not about you living in the past. It's not about you living in fear. It's about your dreams. It's about what you believe. Life is about you choosing your future.
Lessons for the future begin here.
Welcome to the Choosing Your Future podcast, and I'm Charles, and thank you so much for listening. Again, we have people listening around the world and across the United States, and we're so honored and thankful, blessed you'd take time to listen. Matter of fact, let us know you're listening. If you want to drop us a line, you can do that. You can go to choosingyourfuture.org, and you can visit us there. There's places to email, merch, there's other episodes, upcoming events, some books that are coming out, and yeah, pretty busy. It's great. Having fun doing it too. Listen, we've been talking about what is love, and we left off that love is a desire. That's the main thing. It's desire. Now, let's get a little further into this desire thing. When we talk about desire, what does that mean? It means I have a longing for, I desire to be with you. I want to know you. I don't want anything from you. I just want to know you. That's what I want from you, is to know you. The problem is we have a lot of people that think, well, if you do this, then you love me. Okay. That's where we got to be careful, because now we start creating expectations. And, a true love does not expect anything. This is how we arrive to unconditional love. When I start saying that if you love me, you'll do this, then what we're saying is that there's something about you that I don't trust. Okay? And so I'm insecure. Love does not question. Please hear me out. I know this sounds strange, but just give me a minute and I'll explain. When I start putting expectations on people to perform, then I'm dictating how their love for me should be. And what that means is I'm manipulating people. I'm saying, okay, here's how I want you to love me. Now, we all have needs, don't get me wrong. But you don't grow when you want somebody to love you the way you want to be loved and the way you think you need to be loved, because what we fail to understand is when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and we allow ourselves to truly love people and receive their love, what we're going to find out is that their love can open up a whole nother world to us that we never knew was possible. We'll find out that actually, you know what? There's more to life than just what I thought, what I feel, what I think. And so love doesn't expect anything in return. I mean, okay, let me give you a classic example. Christmas. Okay. Somebody gives you a gift, and did you get disappointed? Or let's say you gave somebody a gift, but they didn't give you a gift. Were you disappointed? Were you expecting something in return? The question is, if you are disappointed, well, I got them a Christmas gift. I would have figured at least they would have got me something. Then it really wasn't a gift. What it was an exchange. You were giving something to get something back. That's a business deal. We do that with money all the time. I give you money, you give me the product. I mean, that's an exchange. Okay? A gift is a gift with nothing expected, nothing returned. Not expecting anything in return. It is a gift. Here, have it. I'm giving this to you. I want nothing. Okay? Whether they do it or not is irrelevant. How you give it is relevant. How you give things is important. Okay? I give not to expect in return. That's love. Okay? That's the concept of love. Well, if you love me, you'll do this, you'll do that, you'll do that. Well, they may love you, but they may not be in a mature state to do the things you're expecting them to do, which means, okay, we got a whole nother issue going on. Your kids obey you. They when they're younger, they misbehave, but then they obey you, and then they misbehave. But does that mean they love you, or they don't love you? No, it means they haven't matured to a level of understanding the repercussions of certain actions. Okay? Guess what? There's a lot of adults who haven't grown up yet. And they don't know what. They don't know. Oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. They're willing, but they just don't know. There are so many people, because we have programmed people to say this is what love is, and bless God, you better do it this way. That's the expectation. And there's some folks that know they can't meet those expectations, so they don't even try to get in a relationship. But real love doesn't have expectation. It doesn't control or manipulate the situation. You know, there's some people I've actually witnessed this where somebody would give somebody something out of the goodness of their heart, and they were giving their best. And then the person that was receiving this gift said, well, you just proved you don't love me because that's not what I wanted. First of all, they didn't even relate what they wanted. But the fact the person was giving their best, but that wasn't good enough. And so they're making this person feel bad and feel guilty because they didn't give them the right gift. Come on, that's not love. When we desire to be with somebody, we give them our best. And to some folks that are insecure and have trust issues, other people's best isn't good enough, which means that person really is not a love person. They're a control person. They live off expectations. Now, at the same token, if you don't learn, grow up, and mature, we don't allow ourselves to be abused either. Okay? But we're just talking about the bare basics here. That there's so many people that want to control love. And the reason why they want to control love is because of the fact they're afraid of being hurt. So this is what I expect from you, and this is what you're going to do to show me you love me. What that's saying is, I don't trust you. So to prove to me that you love me, this is what I expect from you. That's a miserable relationship. I'm going to go to scripture for just a minute because I look at Christ. He came into this thing with no expectation. He said, whosoever believeth in me should not perish, but have everlasting life. Because man was already perishing. It was not like, okay, there's this big, huge option. You're already perishing. So whoever believes in me will have everlasting life. And then when they start beating him up, and when they start, putting thorns on his head, and they start putting nails in his hands and nails in his feet, and they nail him to the cross, and they, before that they beat him to unrecognizable state. He does something he didn't expect them to do. He does something incredible. He says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That's incredible. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Christ went into this thing with an expectation of nothing except to please God. I think if we would challenge ourselves to get rid of our expectations, and this is a scary thing because even as I'm saying this, I got a feeling there's some people say, not me, I expect, you're going to prove, But what I have found out in my own self, in the past, I've had trust issues to where I thought I loved people, but because I had trust issues, I didn't truly love people. I had the concept of love, but it was my concept of love. And I think if we're totally honest, a lot of people are that way because of the fact it's hard to just let go and be vulnerable. It's like I said in the last episode, love is giving somebody the permission to hurt you, knowing that they're going to hurt you because of the fact they're not perfect. And this is what we've got to understand. People aren't perfect. And this may come as a shock. You and I aren't perfect either. And so what we see here is that love doesn't need expectation except the fact, be considerate. That's an expectation. That's okay. But even if you're not, I hold nothing against you. But my desire is to be with somebody that wants to grow with me and me grow with them, that I can learn from and that can learn from me. And together we face life and we learn things together. That's the expectation right there, that we grow. Not demands of what you will do for me, but the expectation of we grow together as a unit. That to me, that's the greatest concept of love and unity. It's where I'm not always right and I learn. I don't know everything and I find out. That should be the only expectation we have, is that I'm changing as a human being. I'm growing, I'm maturing in what love really is. Patient, kind, gentle, hopes things, believes the good stuff. Okay. The other thing about love is love has communication. Love is about communication. I'm communicating to you that I desire to be with you, that I desire to you're important to me. If somebody loves you, you don't have to set the expectations. That's the thing about it. Love gives you the thing that you want, that you don't have to ask for, the expectation. It gives you what you need. It's sensitive. It may not always be perfect, but at least it's trying. It's striving. Okay. And so love gives off communication. Sometimes those communications might be hidden in things that we may not recognize, but it's there. It's always there. So when we look at love and what it really is, it's a desire, but it also is vulnerability. It doesn't have expectations. It doesn't try to control how you want to love me or how I want to love you. It's like a journey, and we're exploring two incredible people. But you know what? There's no greater exploration than exploring the Creator, who gets all of our energy, all of our life. And by doing that, we learn how to love people and explore life with them.
Thank you for listening to the Choosing Your Future podcast. For more information, please visit choosingyourfuture.org. That's choosingyourfuture.org.